Hi, this is Arthur Robinson Jr. I am the creator of PowerfulInterviews.com. I am the creator of Audio Secrets Training Event.com. I want to welcome each and every one of you to this phenomenal video. In this interview, you're going to experience life-changing information that you will not find anywhere else. I have secured an incredible interview with a great friend of mine, international speaker, successful businessman, the hectomillionaire, the legend Les Brown. Les Brown has spoke for powerful billionaire companies like AT&T and McDonald's. So in this interview, you're going to hear exclusively how Les Brown says when you are a professional speaker, you need to convey value to the audience. Also in this interview, Les Brown, he breaks down layman's terms about you have to take action if you want your dreams to become your reality. And I love what the hectomillionaire Les Brown says. Les Brown says the most important day of your life is the day you were born and much, much more. So right about now, go get your pen and your pad, sit back and relax and write down some notes. In this interview that I'm going to reveal to each and every one of you with my great friend, international speaker, successful businessman, the legend, Les Brown. This interview, it will change your life. And also in this exclusive interview, the hectomillionaire, the godfather of sales, Grant Cardone, he says you need to master saturated marketing. And also you can go to the 10xgrowth.com/Les. That's an exclusive event that Les Brown and Grant Cardone is actually going to take other business owners to the next level with a phenomenal message. So I highly recommend go to that website and sign up right now. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So check it out.
I'd like to welcome the one, the only, the powerful Les Brown to the show.
Thank you very much, Arthur. I appreciate that very, very good introduction. That shows that $5 can go a long ways in this economy.
Well, I'd like to thank you, Les, for taking time out of your busy schedule to educate me and the listeners worldwide about the Les Brown Institute and about building wealth. I gladly appreciate it.
Yes, well, that's something that you really have to do today. You know, Grant Cardone and I, we have been spending a lot of time just looking at different ways in which we could do some things strategically, but also about our experiences that brought us to this place. One of the things that I say to speakers that I train, that who you are behind the words are far more important than the words that you speak, because who you are, that will come through the spirit of your energy signature. We all have an energy signature, and people will feel that, and that's how they listen to you in their heart based upon how you show up.
To everyone that's listening, I highly recommend go and get your pen and your pad right now. My great friend Les Brown is going to break down layman's terms about his phenomenal institute, which is called Les Brown Institute, and about building wealth. Is that correct, Les?
Yes, it is. And the thing is that when we decided to do the Institute, my partners, Matt and Eric, and my son, Calvin, John Leslie, and my daughter, Ona, one of the things that I truly believe, we earn, and we learn, we earn, and we pass it on. And so I've been doing this for over 42 years, and it took me 3 years to earn my first million. That was before Facebook and LinkedIn and all the other things that are out here, all the other platforms that did not exist at that time. And so it's really exciting because what it took me 3 years to do, now people that I'm coaching to become speakers or trainers, or they're interested in taking their story to the next level and make a global impact, well, it'll take them a fraction of the time to do that now because we have so much more going for us.
Les, Les, explain to the listeners, what is the best advice that you have ever received?
Find something that you love to do and master it, and make an impact for people. That's major. For instance, my children said, Dad, are you going to retire? And I said, from what? Because speaking is not a job to me. Speaking is who I am. I was born to speak. I was born to train. This is what I love. I'm not working. I'm living my purpose. They say the most important day in your life is the day that you're born, and the day that you realize why you were born. And so I know why I'm here. You are not going to work for a living, but to live your making. And living your making will make your living.
Wow. Now, I know that the speaking industry is a $780 billion industry, so it's huge right now. And we have entrepreneurs and business owners on the show right now that are in the process of pursuing a professional speaking career. What advice can you tell my listeners right now in regards to being a professional speaker? Should they speak for free, or should they charge a public speaking fee starting out as a professional speaker?
You're assuming that they have something to say and it's packaged and delivered in a way that it has value. I want you to think about Michael Jordan. He's considered one of the greatest basketball players of all times, but he never won a championship without Phil Jackson on the sidelines. You think about Muhammad Ali, he said, I'm the greatest, but he never won a championship without Angelo Dundee. Les Brown was walking down the hall at WVKO radio station, where I was the morning personality. And a guy named Mike Williams, and write this down, Mike Williams, he wrote a book called The Road to Your Best Stuff. The Road to Your Best Stuff. And he said, hey, Brownie. I said, what is it? He said, you know why you go see Zig Ziglar and Dr. Norman Vincent Peale and Robert Schuller? I said, yes, because I love the way they think and how they express themselves. I love the way they speak. He said, yeah, but the real reason you go, he said, that's who you are. He said, you are always talking around the studio. You're always motivating and encouraging people. You got a funny little laugh. He said, the reason you go see them because you want to do that. And I said, well, yes. He said, and you can. I said, Mike, you know I don't have a college education. You know I've never worked for a major corporation. You know when I was in school, I was labeled educable mentally retarded and put back from the 5th grade to the 4th grade, and I failed again when I was in the 8th grade. So there's no way that I can compete with people with PhDs and MBAs, and nobody's going to pay to hear me speak. And I laughed. And he said, Brownie, I never forget these words. He said, all of us are born the same way, dumb, naked, and speechless. You can learn. And I engaged them as my strategist, as my mentor, and I invested in myself. And sure enough, he taught me. But I tell you what was funny. I called him after many, many conversations, and I just could not entertain what he was telling me. I called him and I said, Mike, I think I'm ready to do this. He said, is that right? He said, who do you see as your primary audience? I said, well, I like to speak for the NAACP and the Urban League and Black History Time. And all of a sudden the phone went dead. I called him back. I said, Mike, we lost the signal. He said, no, we didn't lose the signal. I said, then what happened? He said, I hung up. He said, I don't want to work with anybody that has small dreams. He said, I want to teach somebody who wants to speak to the world. I said, to the world? Yeah. And he hung up again. I said, Mike, I want to speak to the world. And so from that time to this time, people listening, if they go on YouTube and they put in Les Brown in the Georgia Dome, I'm speaking to over 85,000 people. Les Brown speaking in the Georgia Dome. And the speech title is, It's Not Over Until You Win. Now, if anybody looking at that and they look at themselves and ask whether or not they can do this, trust me, I don't even know my parents. I'm adopted. I was born in an abandoned building on a floor in a poor section of Miami, Florida called Liberty City. I now live on North Miami Beach. And no one could have convinced me or the people that know me that I have the ability to speak in over 32 countries, to speak before over 80,000 people, to speak for AT&T, Procter & Gamble, McDonald's Corporation, IBM, Xerox, DirecTV. No one would have predicted that for me. Someone who used to work for the Miami Sanitation Department, someone who used to sell Amway, someone who used to go door to door selling used television sets. No one would predict it, the life that I'm living. And I'm saying to those that are listening to you now that you have something special. You have greatness within you. I don't know you, I can't see you, but I'm saying that from my personal experience, you have the ability to do more than you can ever begin to imagine. I just turned 72 yesterday.
Wow.
Jim Brown and Michael Jordan both was born on that same magical day. And I with my twin brother. And I used to be called DT, the dumb twin. And the stage of my life, after earning over $60 million doing what I love to do, my goal is to work with people who are hungry. I don't want to work with everybody. I just want to work with a few people that are hungry. My goal is to leave a legacy. I've changed people's lives around the world, millions of people. I have the video that you're going to look at, over 37 million people have viewed that one speech, It's Not Over Till You Win.
Wow.
Speaking to Georgia Dome. And now my goal is, with the Les Brown Institute, people who want to become coaches or want to become a trainer or want to become a powerful global speaker, the Les Brown Institute is set up to do for them what Mike Williams did for me, but put it on steroids, 100 times more powerful, because I've been there, I've experienced it. I know once you go down a path, you know how to go back to get to the top of it. And so I'm excited about working with people and extracting their story and teaching them how to deliver it and helping them to develop the skill to have the versatility and the flexibility to speak to any type of audience and be able to transform people's lives around the world. That to me is exciting, and this is the chapter in my life right now. I'm looking to train millions of people outside of politics that say, the politicians say, give me your vote and I'll teach you how to live the American dream. Outside of religion, where ministers say, do what I tell you to do and I can teach you how to live after you die. No, I want to teach people how they can use their story and their knowledge. Knowledge is the new currency. And teach people how to live right here, right now. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Wow. This is an incredible interview, and I appreciate you coming on my show today, Les.
Thank you, sir. It's an honor.
You are experiencing a life-changing, powerful interview, and you are hearing it first from Arthur Robinson Jr.'s PowerfulInterviews.com.
Les, when professional speakers, after they deliver a phenomenal message, and people rush to the back of the room to their product table, should professional speakers create a high-tier product and a low-tier product for the audience, so that way they're not giving the audience to do any type of cafeteria selling?
Let me answer this in a way that I think that will be most suitable in the industry now. People should not be running to the back of the room to purchase products. Speakers are on the cutting edge, have online courses like Grant Cardone. And so when you have an online course and a variety that go from any level from $1 up to thousands of dollars, then that makes it easier for you to compete with everybody, but also you're giving people methods and strategies on how they can tap into this global economy, this economy that the late Peter Drucker called the era of the 3 C's: accelerated change, overwhelming complexity, and tremendous competition. So today, people need courses, and they need information from someone who's experienced, who's accomplished, that can help them do what they want to do. I have the highest award from the National Speakers Association. I was selected among the top 5 speakers in the world: General Norman Schwarzkopf, Robert Schuller, Paul Harvey, Lee Iacocca. And in addition to that, I received the highest award from Toastmasters, the Golden Gavel Award. And so I don't say that to impress anybody, but I do say this. I had a high school teacher who taught me something I never forget. When I was in his class, and he said, "Young man, work this problem out for me." And I said, "I can't do that, sir." And he said, "Why not?" I said, "I'm not one of your students, and I'm here to see MacArthur Stevens." He said, "Go to the board anyhow and do as I tell you to do." And the other students started laughing, saying, "He's DT. His brother Wesley, he's a twin. His brother's smart, but he's DT." "What's DT? What does that stand for?" "He's the dumb twin." And they all stood in laughter. And I'll never forget when I said, "I am, sir," looking up at him with tears in my eyes, he said, as he pointed his finger at me, "Don't you ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality." And that was a turning point in my life. On the one hand, I was humiliated. But on the other hand, I was liberated, because he looked at me with the eyes of Goethe, who said, "Look at a man the way that he is, he only becomes worse. But look at him as if he were what he could be, then he becomes what he should be." And so he became my mentor. And there's several things that he taught me, but I want to just crystallize these 3. One, he said, work on your mind. That you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. Work on your mind. They did a study of some 3,000 top achievers around the world, and they were looking to find out what's the common denominator among them that allowed them to reach their goals. And what they discovered, that 85% of them reached their goals because of their attitude, 15% because of their aptitude. The second he taught me was, he said, you want to develop at least 3 core competencies. There's no such thing as job security. People know that. Over 20,000 people lose their jobs every day. In less than 10 years, 1,000 of the jobs that exist today will be gone, replaced by robots and technology and smart machines and cheap labor abroad. But he said, develop 3 core competencies, something that you love to do, that's your passion, something that you enjoy doing and that you master. And because he said you want to create multiple streams of income, and he was absolutely right. And the third thing, which is major, he taught me to practice OQP, only quality people. People who are serious about creating wealth, people who are serious about controlling their own economy. They should create what I believe collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships. That's why Grant and I are having a conversation. This is a collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationship. He brings some value to me, and I bring some value to him. And so this collaborative, achievement-driven relationship, as we are talking about and exploring the possibilities, all of us will reach our goals individually, but together we can reach them faster.
Now, you had a mentor that believed in you, so the right information converts into life-changing transformation?
Not only has he been a mentor, but he's been a good example. He's been like a father to me, although there's only 2 years between the two of us. Mike Williams, as I said, he's the author of the book, The Road to Your Best Stuff. You can get it on Amazon. I encourage you all to get it. He's one of the most brilliant people I've ever met in my life, to navigate me, to take me. No one has done what he has done. Take somebody like me with all the things I have working against me, and as and trained me to become a dominant voice in the area of self-development. It's an incredible industry. And so it was Dennis Kimbrough who said out of Atlanta, if you're the smartest one in your group, you need to get a new group. So very important that you surround yourself with people that you can learn from. You earn within $2,000 to $3,000 of your closest friends. People rub off on you. So you want to surround yourself with people that will inspire you to grow mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And people who have high standards for you and hold you accountable. Studies indicate that you have a 41% greater chance of reaching your goals, of being disciplined and being focused, because where focus goes, energy flows. You have a 41% greater chance of achieving your goals when you have collaborative, achievement-driven, supported relationships.
You are experiencing a life-changing, powerful interview, and you are hearing it first from Arthur Robinson Jr.'s PowerfulInterviews.com.
You have changed the lives of millions and millions of people all over the world. Can you explain to the listeners, what do billionaires and millionaires do on a consistent, regular basis that unfortunately broke entrepreneurs just don't do?
Well, number one, they move toward their strength, what it is that they have the greatest interest in. And I heard this interview, I was watching it with Donald Trump, and I was talking to these young students and young people saying, don't worry about who's in the White House, worry about who's in your house. And he was building a case about how brilliant he is. I cracked up. His father gave him $14 million. Let me tell you something. You give me $14 million, I'll be brilliant too. But I have respect for people who get it the old-fashioned way like I did. I earned it. My mother only had a third-grade education. I'm on this podcast because of two women. One gave me life, and the other one gave me love. And God took me out of my biological mother's womb and placed me in the heart of my adopted mother. And one of the families that she worked for, she cooked food for them, and we ate the food left over from the people that she cooked for. She kept their children, and we wore the hand-me-down clothes of the children that she kept. And there was one guy, Mr. Swiderski, who listened to a series of motivational messages by a guy by the name of Earl Nightingale called The Strangest Secret in the World, and Lead the Field. So when I was vacuuming his office and shining his shoes, I would listen over and over and over again. Unbeknownst to me, it was programming my mind. And I think about my twin brother, the difference in our development. He's a great man, a great father. Took a bullet for our country in Vietnam. And Wesley's working in a prison, and I just got sick out of it and told him to stop. You know, they're paying him $15 an hour. I said, you don't need to do that. I got you. You know, I earned $40,000 an hour in the United States and $195,000 out of the country when I go to a foreign country like Australia or Dubai. So they have a vision of what it is they want, the billionaires and the millionaires. If you don't have an agenda for your life, you'll be a part of somebody else's agenda. You have to have a clear agenda for your life, number one. The other thing is have compelling reasons. I wanted to make my mother proud of me. I wanted to buy my mother a home. I took care of her. I don't believe that women should work unless they want to work, and whatever money they generate, they keep it for themselves. My mother used to say, son, if your wife has a husband and a job too, one of them's got to go. A man's job is to provide and protect. And so I wanted to earn enough money doing something that I love, something that's my purpose in life, and that was my compelling reason. Nietzsche said, you know, the why for living you can endure almost anyhow. And so I took care of my mother, bought her 4 homes until she passed at age 89. And so they have a reason that drives them, because you are going to have some failures and setbacks. My favorite book says, think it not strange that you face the fiery furnaces of this world. You will, not you might, you will have tribulations. You will fail your way to success. That's why first you have to work on your mind. Anybody that's got a big goal this year, 2017, the year of the dream, I encourage you to watch It's Not Over Until You Win every day for 30 days straight. It will go from the conscious mind to the subconscious mind. You can find it on YouTube. Les Brown speaking in the Georgia Dome. It's not over until you win. And so that's for your mindset. The other thing is start looking for people who you vibe with, people who have positive energy, people that you can learn from, that you can grow from mentally and emotionally and spiritually, people who have high standards for themselves, people who think like Henry David Thoreau, who said, do not go where the path may lead, go where there's no path and leave a trail. And the other thing is, never stop learning. Never stop learning. I believe that you're never too old to learn and you're never too young to teach. Grant, about 20 years younger than me. I still have goals and dreams. I'm a grandfather, I'm a father, grandfather, and a great-grandfather. I have 3 great sons. And so I'm working on their college education. And so this keeps me going. And I'm going to train the most talented, gifted, global speakers in the world. I've got some people that I've worked with who are, I can hear their footsteps, who are talented and gifted, and they love changing lives like I do. And I'm teaching them how to tell their story. I'm teaching them how to distract, dispute, and inspire. How people live their lives is a result of the story they believe about themselves. When you get the right coaching to deliver your story strategically, number one, your story overpowers their story. 2, through the strategic execution of your story, you dismantle their current belief system. And 3, you inspire them to become, as Mother Teresa would say, to become a pencil in the hand of God and start writing a new chapter with their lives.
Wow. Let's talk about the mindset of an entrepreneur. Now, I know the word entrepreneur means entreprendre, and it was invented in the 15th century in France. And there are 2 Latin words. The word entre means between, and the word prendre means to take. And a gentleman by the name of John Baptist, he invented the word, and 300 years later, that word still exists, which is entrepreneur. So it means to take lower productivity and increase it to higher productivity. How are you increasing your productivity in your businesses?
By creating relationships with people who have more than I do, people who know more than I do. And as a result of that association, I'm learning things that can help me to optimize the efficiency of the operation of my business. I'm learning things that I'll pass on to my children, and they'll stand on my shoulders and go even further, as well as the people that I'm surrounding myself with, who will teach them how to leverage technology, who will teach them how to create connected, resourceful relationships that can take you to levels that you can never go by yourself. Today, I'll spend time talking with Grant on how I discovered the process of creating an experience with an audience. One of the things that people who train or want to become life coaches or speakers, they have a preconceived idea that if you just unload a lot of information on people, that will transform them. That will not. If information could change people, everybody would be skinny, rich, and happy. I was trying to find a way that will make me stand out. When I decided to come into this industry, I didn't have the money, I didn't have the credentials, I did not believe that I could compete with people with PhDs and MBAs. And so I sat on the sideline just watching, going to events. I disciplined myself to read 2 to 3 books a month. The average American reads 1 book a year. For those of you that are listening, if you discipline yourself to read 1 book a month, in 5 years, when the average American would have read 5 books, you would have read 6 books. That will make you an expert. As I said, knowledge is the new currency. And in 2007, Time magazine said the computer is the person of the year. Why? Because for the first time in the history of the world, everyday people have access to knowledge, to information that they never had before. That's unprecedented. For the first time in the history of the world, you can run $1 million business from your telephone. You have e-commerce. And so more millionaires are being created now and faster than ever before, which is, when I look in the past, that just seemed like it was impossible. And so we're living in an incredible time, a historic time, that things are changing so fast that you enrolled in college. By the time you reach your 3rd year, everything you've learned has become obsolete. So you have to push yourself and challenge yourself. You got to get on a plane, Mr. Brown. Oh, I've got to get on a plane. Did you hear him, Arthur?
Oh, wow. Okay. But before you sign off, can you explain to the listeners exactly where they can find you?
They can go. They're going on to Les Brown Institute. Les Brown Institute. And you can come see me in Miami. I was looking for the flyer around here. I'm either to 10X Growth Con. Hold on just a minute. Tell them right now they're listening.
Hey, Arthur.
Yes.
We set up a special page for everybody. Go to 10xgrowthcon.com /Les, LES.
All righty.
20 speakers going to be there. I'm going to be there for 3 days. Grant Cardone here. Les Brown. He was my first choice to have there. He says, yes, I will grace you with my power, my presence, and my ability to see the future and make great people even greater.
Okay. Wow.
And check it out. Damon John, the Shark Tank, little lighter skin than Les, is going to be there. We got stories that works with Oprah, even lighter skinned than Les or Damon. And Gloria Mayfield, the #1 network marketer in the world.
I trained her.
Awesome. Man, what a story she's got. Yeah. Okay. I have guys, and if I tell you their name, you won't know them. And the reason you know them is because they're making so much money, they don't have time for people.
Ooh, wow.
Check it out. His name's Tom Cummings. He was in jail at 18 because of a drug problem. His daddy left, the mama left. He was abandoned, both parents. For all of you out there, your daddy left you, you got nothing on this. Both people left this cat, okay? And he made $254 million last year.
Wow.
Check this out. Gave $75 million of it to his church.
Wow. That's a generous man.
Let me just tell you, that's strong. You know, Les told me, he said, Grant, you blessed. And I hung up with him and I thought to myself, yes, I am. Now I have to prove it. The best thing you guys can do on the phone right now, okay, is like show up. March 17th, 18th, and 19th, 10xgrowthcon.com. 20 speakers, 3 days. It will be the most explosive event Les Brown has ever been to, and he's been to thousands of them.
Before you sign off, Grant, can you explain to my listeners, what is your definition of marketing, and what does marketing mean to you?
How many of you know my name? Can you ask the audience how many of them know Grant Cardone?
How many of you know Grant Cardone's name? There's a lot of people tuning in, Grant.
Okay. Well, the fact that all of you don't know my damn name is the definition of marketing.
So would you say that marketing done right is the quickest path to the sell?
No. But you're not gonna make a sale without marketing.
So marketing is storytelling?
Could be. Doesn't have to be. Could be no story. Could be a car wreck. Girl walks in with a short skirt, $6,000 worth of additions up top, shaking it all over the place. That's marketing, man. The drug dealer on the local street corner walks up to you and gives you a little hit for free and says, try this, man. That's marketing. Now it depends on what kind of effect you guys want to make. Today, if you got a great product and you're a good person, you could use Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Google+. You could use Snapchat. Me and Les on Snapchat, we snap together, me and him. Okay. You could use TV, radio. You could do a meeting like me and Les are doing right now. Just the old-fashioned. Hey, let's get together for breakfast. It's all marketing, man. But I'm gonna tell you the best form of marketing. The best form of marketing is to sell your product to your customer. That owns your product will tell other people. Now, let me tell you another little trick here, and then I'm going to get Les off to the airport. The next time you guys see us, it's going to be in March at the 10xgrowthcon.com/Les. Okay? We got special deals for you there, by the way. The best form of marketing is what's called saturated sales. That is, you would own all of my products and all of Les products. Everything. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you the companies. I'm gonna tell you one company that has mastered saturation sales. Apple Computer.
Wow.
You own their computer, you own their phone, you own their iPod, and you use them on iTunes. So the more you sell a product to the more products you sell to a client, the better chance you have of getting great marketing.
So
just dropping the mic right now for Mr. Les Brown.
I appreciate it, Grant.
Yeah, listen, we got to go now, but I hope that people got some value out of this. And please send me a copy of this author.
I will.
Okay, lesbrown77@gmail.com. I appreciate you, my brother, but I've got to fly up to Atlanta and Detroit and speak and then come back here. But thank you so much.
Oh, wow, I appreciate you. And you're looking good for 72. You know the middle age is 60 years old.
All right now. Well, I look good and look young because I use mascara to cover my gray. There's no shame in my game.
To everyone that's listening, follow the phenomenal Les Brown and follow the phenomenal Grant Cardone. These are two powerful speakers that can help you to go to the next level. So to everyone that's listening, remember that the strongest asset that each and every one of you have is your brain and what you think about and what you take action on. That will become your reality, and your mentality creates your reality. May God bless each and every one of you. And bye for now. Thank you, Les.
Thank you.
Have a pleasant day, everyone.